All right, folks, it's James Black, and I'm with
Barrington Miller.
Thursday night, and we got a little bit of everything tonight on Aftermarket. So let's get to it right after the beat.
Do you know my name?
All right, well, thanks again for tuning in to Aftermarket, and as mentioned, I'm JB, and I'm with Bear. And usually on the show, we do a little bit of everything. We talk about business, we talk about culture, and we talk about things that are impacting our life. Maybe we talk a little too much about what's happened since March 2020, but I think it's our new reality. But we had a whole show set out aside tonight, and we are going to get to the topics, as irreverent as some of them may be. But I think we wanted to use the show as a platform as well to discuss, and we have a little bit, some of the things that are happening in the world that we as a business sometimes don't have an opportunity to address through a normal course of business communications, if that's how I can put it. And by that, I think, everyone's read the news the last few days about Jacob Blake. And most recently, if you're a fan of sports, you've seen some of the walkouts or all the walkouts. And I want to give you, Barrington, an opportunity to address sort of how this is, what sort of process you've had to walk through yourself through all this. And I'll maybe share some of my thoughts, but just
yeah, it's not. I'm tired of it. I'm disgusted by it. I'm all of these things that aren't changing. I really thought there was going to be change, and maybe there is, and I'm not seeing it. But fuck Milwaukee, really again? Like seriously, it's so I take away everything. 7 shots to the back. I'm speechless again, and that's the problem. Um, there was arguments and debates and headlines about athletes, and if you're listening to our show, you know that we have a special fondness for sports and all sports chatter and things like that, and saying that athletes shouldn't get involved in politics, and I completely disagree. And the walkout, or sorry, not the walkout, the protest, the boycott by the NBA, by the WNBA, and by MLB, it's needed. I'm a lot disappointed with the NHL, to tell you the truth.
Mhm.
Because if you want to make a stand, and you want to really shake a foundation, you don't do it where 70 to 80% of the players in your league or under the umbrella are black or of black descent. Show me the NHL walking out. Show me NASCAR walking out. That means no, to me,
Yeah.
that shows that it's not just, well, we got to stand behind the people that kind of pay our bills. No. Like, this is one human to another. And that's how I felt. I was disappointed that the NHL, and I love hockey, and anybody who knows me or knows the show knows that I love it, but
Yeah.
they fell down. They fell down huge here. And I just threw out NASCAR because it is the most popular sport in the United States, and I haven't heard anything from them right now. So
No, I mean
I
they had their own controversy earlier this summer. Or,
yeah,
geez, yeah, it was it's just
it's like what day is it? What month?
yeah,
Uh,
exactly, yeah.
and James, we were talking before, and it's not, you know, business leaders. What are
Mm.
you saying? What are you doing right now? How are you changing? What are you adding to the dialogue? Or what are you taking away? What are you taking from it? And again, there's been people, groups, organizations that have been silent when now is not the time. But 7 shots, I we had a good show lined up, man. And you know what? It's still going to be good, but we can't let this pass without acknowledging how effed up this is, because it is.
No, you can't sweep it under the rug. Absolutely not. And if you have a platform like we do, and we represent a business and we want to do it very responsibly, but we don't want to do it where we pretend we live in a world where these things don't impact us. They do. They impact our
Yeah.
staff. We have a very diverse staff. We have very people from all cultural lineages. We live in a very diverse city. We live in Toronto, and we've had our own situations here. But this Milwaukee ain't that far. Kenosha, Wisconsin is not that far from us, relatively speaking, and this could happen any day, anywhere, any neighborhood. And it's the kind of thing where if you don't give it the space, and that's where I respect for people who take the time to boycott, it gives people space to get headlines. We talk about headlines on the show, and it gives a little space, like we were giving it now, to at least say to anyone who's listened, get informed about what's happening, figure out how you can add to the positive aspects of this, I guess, and try to prevent one more life or one more incident from happening where someone makes the wrong decision and ends somebody else's life through just I guess reaction. I don't know how else to describe what's making people do this.
You said a good point, James. And burning down your neighborhood, burning down where you live, burning down and destroying the place where you call home, other people call home, isn't the answer. That's not the reaction.
No.
That's needed. And that's not what the families want. That's not what the victims want. And that I never understood. Boycotting, walking out, non-violent, the pen is mightier than the sword. It really, really is. And we've seen it and we know it.
Yeah.
We know it. So that's our take on it.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you taking the effort to, well, not the effort, but just putting that out there, because it's not easy to talk about.
No.
And I don't think it's what anyone who tunes into the show so far is expecting, but be forewarned. We want to use this as a platform for positive change and not just irreverence. Now, I think we need to allow some of that irreverence that we do have on this show to come in. And I do promise you that there is actually another component to the show that will make you smarter. So hopefully that part makes you feel a little more.
We
woke
won't make you smarter. A portion of our show will make you smarter.
Absolutely. We have Richard Carleton tonight joined us for the latter portion of the show. He's our guest. He's the CEO of the Canadian Securities Exchange. And what Richard, he talks a little bit about, with all the things that are going on socially with the pandemic, the stock market's rallying. It's the market's going crazy. I mean, it's hard to put the two in alignment, but they are, and he makes sense of that for us. So stick around and listen to that. If you want to comment on what we just talked about as well, hit us up below. We open the comments for this show. And if you like or dislike what we're saying, just hit the little thumbs up or thumbs down below too. We won't be offended how you feel, but we want to know how you feel. So, are we ready to move on?
Yes.
Not move on definitively, but just for this, and then we'll
for this. I did get anybody who writes me, I'm just calling a fan.
Yes.
And a fan who we work with, or who works with us in our office, wrote saying that she loves the show. She is a big fan of us, but I apparently wear shirts that are too similar, and she would like me to wear different shirts to differentiate between the episodes. So this might be the last of the blue-ish golf shirt for a while. So thank you, B, and you know who you are. Hopefully you're watching this.
We love feedback about what we're wearing on the show, to the point where if you have cool clothing that you want to send me, because I'm running out of t-shirts, I haven't bought a new stitch of clothing since COVID started, hit me up. I will send you my address if you email me, james.black@CSE.com. Speaking of clothing, that's debatably
a nice segue, James. Nice segue.
We really worked that one in. Speaking of clothing that's arguably not cool, but we're going to talk about it, the Brokini. So this past week, if you could find a polar opposite, if you could say that what we just talked about was the Arctic, now we're going to go to the Antarctica of topics. We're going to talk about the Brokini, the most irreverent, to use that word again, and almost like mindless business idea. I don't know if I want to respect this or absolutely trash it, but these two guys out of Toronto invented basically a Speedo that connects over your shoulder, sort of like a Fred Flintstone thing.
Fred Flintstone, Tarzan, George of the Jungle. You've seen it.
It's ghastly. It's ghastly. And it's a complete marketing stunt, which I'm not above. Trust me, I'm not above that. But it made me wonder a little bit about were they doing this for real? I think I already have my answer. It's probably a solid no. But they put a lot of effort into like building the Instagram and getting some PR. And I'm trying to wonder what they're going to do with it next. So do you think, Bear, do you think they're going to double down and create some new garments and expand the line? Because
I think they're going to ride this wave for as long as the Brokini can take it. You know what? If we start getting into major superstars promoting it and wearing it, which is also another segue, then yeah. But this is, I respect it. I respect the hustle. I respect the two guys coming out of Toronto. Good for you. And if you're listening or watching, if you send us 2 Brokinis, we will wear it on Aftermarket.
Yes. So to clarify, we respect the hustle. Not necessarily sure what your intentions are here. And if I might give you some unsolicited advice, if you're going to invent anything, let's think practical terms. Okay, we're in the middle of a pandemic. We're still, we're about to get into a colder season. The Brokini does not lend itself well to cold weather climates.
No, but we'll be indoors.
We'll be indoors. So if I'm on a Skype call, hit me up with the business on the top, luxury on the bottom. I'm talking like, give me a terry cloth short, perhaps unibody with a nice polo styled shirt on the top, so it looks like I'm dressed for business. And give me something that's
don't stand up. Don't stand up.
No, we've all been conditioned not to stand up.
No.
And hit me up with that idea. And that's $1 million idea for anyone, frankly. And despite the fact that Brokini guys are losing money, but self-admittedly, but yes, hit me up with that athleisure idea, the business, / leisure idea that we can wear in our home offices. It tricks everybody into thinking we're dressed for success, and is actually just an excuse to wear terry cloth. Hit me up. I want that. Genius idea. Okay. So we talked about the Brokini, and if we wore them, I don't think you'd be impressed. However, someone who would impress in a Brokini is none other than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
That's right.
Yes, thank you. We talked about sports. We love sports, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is now the proud owner with his business associates, including his ex-wife, is part owner of the XFL. Barrington, what the heck is the XFL?
The XFL is a professional football league that is and will rival the NFL to those who like to dream, to those who like to imagine. Mm-hmm. I think you already know where I'm coming from as far as this actually taking off. For $15 million, sure, why not? But the NFL has proved time and time again that it's the NFL, and there are no real competitors other than the NCAA. But that's a whole other segment and section as far as what's professional and what's collegiate.
Speaking from personal experience, yeah.
And we love sports. We love both. But I do not think The Rock coming in and owning the XFL will make a blip of a difference.
Okay, so a new segment called Beg to Differ. And on Beg to Differ, James would like to offer this. The Rock, everything he touches turns to gold. He the other day I saw him on Instagram showing PK Subban how to use weights. He makes movies out of absolute crap ideas, and they make tons of money.
Tell me 3 movies, James. Tell me 3 movies.
I will tell you 3 movies off the top of my head. San Andreas, a movie about the San Andreas fault, I guess causing an earthquake, and him saving his ex-wife is his theme here. It's excellent. It's an excellent popcorn
Art
movie.
imitating life. I don't know.
Okay, he's a helicopter pilot. It's all you need to know. It's excellent. He actually
It's not.
okay. The other movie, Rampage, I've not seen, but involves a giant mutated, I think a monkey and a dinosaur. Anyways, it did pretty good, I think, in the box office. And then Skyscraper. Okay, so those three movies with any other actor would completely just be straight to video, or maybe not even made. And The Rock somehow has a way of just putting that little bit of star power on something that really make it work and make other people lots of money. I'm sure of it that he can do this, the XFL, the same. Now it's not a movie, it's a league, but yeah, I beg to differ. I think he can make the XFL work. If he can make Rampage, Skyscraper, and San Andreas work, why are you betting against the next Black Adam? Why are you?
Oh, I know. I want to see him in that. I know. You got me there. You got me with Black Adam. So yeah, the XFL, nobody beats the NFL. Nobody.
If he's smart, he won't try to. Okay, let's move on.
Let's move on.
WWE. So I guess The Rock's former employer, the place where it all started for Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And we talked about sports again. So the Thunderdome, they introduced a new concept where, if you've seen it in the NBA, they got the virtual video screens of the fans. There's people participating at the live venue with the superstars, as they're called in the WWE. And mixed results. Cool concept. I liked it. A few problems kind of leaked into the situation.
Yeah, they were showing, excuse me, they were showing videos of people wearing inappropriate things, not wearing anything at all. They were showing some violence. The WWE quickly shut it down, and those people, of course, are banned. And if they can find their address and all of that, but overall, the WWE is trying to capture two things and trying to enhance two things: audio and visual. So the noises that are created are amplified. The pyrotechnics are amplified. There's more music. There's the noise of certain moments of action to resemble the noise and action of the Bundesliga. I love saying it. Love saying that word.
Keep trying to work it in. Yeah,
I'm just trying to work it in. I'm going to try and say Bundesliga at least once every episode. So I again, it's entertainment. It's mass entertainment. Every guy I know who's around my age watched wrestling from back in the day.
Oh yeah,
I don't watch it much anymore. I don't watch it anymore. But back in the day, so it'll always have a special place in my heart. And I hope it does well.
Yeah, it taught us a lot of life lessons, right? Which is don't trust your brother. Don't. Your manager will always turn on you. Yeah, no, there's.
If you see a steel chair sitting around by itself, you will get smacked over the head.
If you go anywhere and there's a Spanish commentator's table, it is going to get smashed to bits. I don't care where you are. Those poor guys. All right. Well, they put a lot of different concepts out there, but this one actually seems pretty cool. Would you pay to be in the crowd? Like if you actually had, wanted to support your favorite team or superstar?
The short answer, and I think we know this if you've been watching, if I'm not paying 15 cents to go to a movie theater, I'm not paying to watch something on a computer screen when I can just watch it on TV. Because that's what I'm doing anyways.
Yes. When we're not taping Aftermarket and doing our job, we are sitting on our butts watching television.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I don't need to. I'm there in spirit. I want to. I hope they win. I hope every Toronto, Canadian, North American team wins. But I'm not going to be that guy.
Don't be that guy.
No.
All right. Another great headline we saw this week. KFC suspends its finger licking good slogan.
Suspends it like it did something wrong. I like that.
Yeah, I never noticed that adjective. Suspends is a very interesting term. Let's unpack that for a second. So yeah.
So what crime? What did it do? It existed. The world changed around it to nothing.
No, suspend implies that it's coming back. Like when conditions prevail, we're going to bring back finger licking good. It's just on a hiatus. It's taking a bit of a extended vacation while the world figures out what to do with their fingers while they're eating KFC.
Like, but it's was there a trial? Was there some sort of deliberation? People pleaded for, people pleaded against, and in the end, the KFC court said no.
Is there like a commissioner for slogans or fast food, that basically said you cannot, in this current climate, there's just too much sensitivity around finger and licking. You gotta figure something else out.
It's suspended. It was great. And good on KFC. This is not the first time where they've shifted midstream. It is Kentucky Fried Chicken, and they got rid of the actual words and stuck to initials because there was a backlash against fried food. And for those who don't know, a piece of trivia, I'm broadcasting from the second floor of my house in Mississauga, and arguably Mississauga's most famous resident, longtime resident, is Colonel Sanders.
What? Really?
Boom, look it up. Spent more time here than he did in the US.
Wow.
Yeah. And there's part of a hospital, Trillium Hospital is named Colonel Sanders Wing or something like that. But yeah, Mississauga's most famous resident. I challenge you to look that up. Just go to Wikipedia and you'll see it. So
yeah, that's incredible. I didn't know that little piece of history. We may have to get one of his ancestors on the show and talk more about this. Yeah, and I mean, there's other slogans out there like Timex. I think is takes a licking, keeps on ticking.
That's out.
Yeah, that's out. And there's a few others. But yeah, it was.
Every kiss starts with a K.
Yeah, every kiss belongs to K. I don't know. There's something.
Yeah, no.
One way or another, that one was suspect already. For,
that should have been out pre-COVID.
That was making me uncomfortable. That one, yeah.
Yes.
Every kiss begins with K. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, and then there's all the car companies are talking about going places and go fast. I mean, just an Airbnb, and if you look up their slogan, I don't have it in front of me, but it's something about you stay here or you go there.
You
I don't
belong
know.
here. Or, no, you know what? There's no travel.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your distance. Your destination is the supermarket, the drugstore, and home. Like, just
it's funny. We went from we didn't really say we're doing lazy headlines, but we definitely backed into lazy slogans.
Yeah, we're just throwing it out there. Like,
I forgot my notes on this one, so I literally just forgot them. Yeah.
What was the dirt one? Trusted as dirt or solid as dirt?
I think it was Ajax and Weakling.
Stronger than dirt.
Stronger than dirt. Yeah, I think
stronger than dirt. Ajax. That stays. That stays in this disinfecting. Yeah, this disinfectant climate. That stays. I want stuff stronger than dirt. I want stuff stronger than Corona.
Yeah, I want stuff stronger than microbial diseases.
Yeah,
that's the correct way of describing what we're up against. Yeah, either way, yeah. Keep working on those slogans, folks. They're not going to write themselves. And watch out, the commissioner is watching. Okay, I think that was enough reverence. You know what? I'm going to pull up a reader headline just to throw a little.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. And this is again, we get fan mail. We get tons of fan mail. Like 3-4 of them, maybe a week now. First week was 2. So, and we like to give shout outs. So
absolutely, yeah. So we get that. We had a suggestion for a new segment this week, which I'm going to hold off on for a future show. But when you hear it, you'll know it. Okay, so just a couple lazy headlines here. Province exploring.
Wait, sorry. Ooh, I'm cutting you off. For those who haven't listened to the shows before, James, what is a lazy headline?
Okay, and I got to be really quick on this one. Lazy headline: I'm at a party or we're camping, and I just read a couple of headlines. Want to sound smart? Want to give you a little bit of information that I obviously haven't researched. So I listened to this podcast. or watched the video and heard from Baron James the full details that they didn't research either. So it's basically tainted secondhand information based on very cursory reviews of headlines that you saw on your phone or passed you through a meme or some sort of Instagram post. It's very much, yeah. So there you go. It's basically how the world communicates anyways. So it's actually how the U.S. President basically runs this whole country, but we won't go there.
Don't go there.
Oh,
just leave it.
Sorry,
just leave it.
to.
I know. We almost made it. We almost made the episode.
We try. Okay. Province exploring with 1,000-kilometer-an-hour Calgary Edmonton Hyperloop transportation system. I lived in Edmonton for a while and I've driven to Calgary. These people don't like each other. If you watch the hockey games, these people do not like each other. The Edmontonians are the salt of the earth, hardworking, blue collar people. And in the minds of Calgary, they're backwater, no good,
we're going to get fan mail for this one.
Yeah, no. I'm just telling you what I heard. So basically there's that. And then the Edmontonians think that the Calgary people are uppity, bourgeois, look down on us types who live in their ivory towers. Okay. So all of a sudden they want to build a, not a channel, but I guess a hyperloop, like what Elon Musk is trying to do. So these people can get together closer and faster. I just
it doesn't make sense. I think there'll be a brawl somewhere between the 500-kilometer mark. That's what I see. But I love their hockey. I love it. I love it. Yeah.
And I mean, look, if you're from Calgary or from Edmonton and I've completely misrepresented the relationship your cities have with one another, absolutely hit us in the comments. I'm happy to know if what I heard when I used to live there has changed and things have gotten better between the Edmontonians and the Calgarians. So good luck to you. I do know it's a 2-hour drive. It's pretty boring. And so a Hyperloop can only help, right?
Oh god,
it's 1,000-kilometer-an-hour. I mean, it must get you there in minutes. It's incredible.
Yeah, I don't know the distance.
It's a couple-hour drive, and it's actually
so that's going to be like 200 kilometers. No, for speeding. I don't know.
You don't do math on the show.
Yeah, so you're going to get there in 15 minutes.
Yeah, whatever long it takes.
Yeah.
Another lazy headline. Okay, I'm going to do one or two more of these. Warsaw Zoo will give elephants marijuana to measure stress levels.
We don't say marijuana, we say cannabis.
There you go. It's already
an incorrect.
A tainted headline.
Yeah, we stay away from that.
Yeah, we're not even going to address that. That's stupid. Okay. And okay, the last one. Could injectable microbots one day run in your veins? Or let's just double up on this one. Would you take a chip planted in your head so that you would, A, know how to tell the time, B, know the score to your favorite hockey game, C, not forget to send your wife flowers on her birthday, things like that? Would you get that chip in your head or get those?
I would. I treat it like eye surgery.
I'm
going to wait. I'm going to wait to see how the 4th and 5th generation turn out.
Don't give me the one where you cut your eyeball and just hit me up with the laser.
No, I'm okay. I don't want to be first. I definitely don't want to be.
Who's getting the first generation nanobots in their bloodstream? Honestly, who's volunteering for that?
No, if heaven forbid, if I did not have long on this earth, and but yeah, I'm not going to be the first. I'm not going in. No. Like I said, give me Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4. Then we can talk, but Gen 1, no chance.
Let's work out
no chance.
Too crazy.
No.
Okay. So hopefully that offers some of the irreverence that we promised you. We did promise you earlier that we were going to bring on a guest, and he's coming right up. And with that in mind, it's just to give you some more education and grounding in some of the things that we're passionate about in business, specifically the stock market. So without further ado, we're going to bring Richard Carleton on for our next segment and hopefully learn a few things.